What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 193. My name is Bret, aka Enigma911. Welcome to the podcast. If you guys want to catch the podcast live, you go over to twitch.tv/Enigma911. You can drop a follow over there. You'll get notified when we go live. You can join in on the fun and discussion with us, but if you can't catch it live, that is a-okay. Go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week where it's dropped topic by topic and also put as one big video and MP3 for your amusement on the following Friday. So yes, last but not least, another way you can support, guys. It may seem small, but wherever you're listening to, watching, listening, if you can leave a review, drop a like, comment, follow, whatever it is. It may seem small, but it does help the channel grow. So if you take the time to do that, we would love and appreciate you for it. I did say one more thing, didn't I? But I have one more thing. If you're listening to the recording right now, or if you're watching this on Friday when it drops in full, today, Friday, is Extra Life. Extra Life 2023 is happening today at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma911. We are going to be streaming for 24 hours, trying to help out the kids at Children's Miracle Network hospitals, raising some money for them. We got a wide variety of games played, or rather scheduled: Among Us, Fortnite, Family Feud, Jackbox, you name it. A lot of friends joining us as well. If you want to support the cause by watching, donating, or even just spreading the word, that would mean a lot. So once again, that's going to be Friday, November 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 24 hours. You can hang out with us that Friday and Saturday. Help a good cause. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so we're rolling into our podcast today, episode 193. We got some fun topics for you. We're going to open up with this big bad boy. I want to talk about the PlayStation Portal real quick. Wow, that thing is chunky. I want to talk about this. I got the Portal last week as it launched. I kind of want to talk about my experiences with it. Do I think it's worth it? All that fun stuff. So we'll just jump on into it. So if you don't know what this giant thing is, this is essentially PlayStation's portable device. Now, portable, let's take that with a small, teeny tiny grain of salt, because it's not that portable. This is essentially a second screen for you to play your games on PlayStation 5. So if maybe you're battling for the TV, your partner wants the television for something, your kids are running around and you need to distract them, whatever it may be, you can pop open the Portal, you can jump in, you can play your games, they can have the TV, everyone's happy, chilling, relaxing after work, on the weekend, whatever it is. In terms of the device itself, it's great. Handheld, or, holding it feels fantastic, just feels very similar, obviously, to your regular DualSense, just a big chunky screen in the middle of it. Very comfortable. I thought it would be a little bit weird with the screen in the center. Maybe it would be off balance, off center. Just feel heavy at certain points, and to be honest, it doesn't. It's great to hold on to as you're playing your games and chilling, whether you're obviously sitting up, laying down, etc. It's a fun time, and that's good. Because comfortable, you need to be comfortable in your gaming, or else what's the point if you're in a weird, awkward position and you're in pain? How does this thing run? So the way it works, you need the PlayStation 5. This isn't something that's going to be running on its own. The Portal essentially is a mirror for your PlayStation 5. So whatever is happening or would be happening on your screen through your PlayStation 5 is happening on the Portal. You could akin it to kind of like, oh boy, we're going to call back. Not really. Nintendo Wii U. You remember that thing with the giant chunky tablet? And you could do the same thing. You play your games on the tablet and the TV could be used for something else. This is essentially the same thing. It's just mirroring the PlayStation 5, and you are experiencing your experiences on there through your Portal. So anything downloaded on your PlayStation 5, you can play on there. Anything that is disc-based, needs to be in your PS5, you can play it on the Portal. Mirror, mirror, mirror. It needs to be on the same network, so that's where I kind of crossed off that little portable thing at the beginning. So you need to be on the same Wi-Fi network. If you are at home, connect the two, bing, bang, boom, you're good to go. Unfortunately, you're not going to be taking this thing to your friend's house. You're not going to be taking this thing to the coffee shop. You're not going to be taking this thing to work when you got a slow day. I tried. You have to be on the same Wi-Fi network. It's not going to be one of those things where you connect, obviously, to the internet at one place. Your PlayStation is hooked up to the internet at your home, and they will be able to communicate to each other via the different networks. Sadly, no, that's not the case. And I know that's going to be a big downfall for a lot of people. So, totally fair. Maybe you don't get this piece of equipment because, yes, it is just essentially another avenue for you to play your games while not having to sit in a certain spot, a la desk, like myself, or, you're battling with your household over a TV. This is just essentially another avenue for you to get your trophy fix and play your games. Now, I know that sounds very negative. I don't mean for that to be, because personally, I love this. I think this is a great investment for myself. It's going to be very pick and choose, it's going to be varying from person to person, whether this is an appropriate buy or not. With the remote play option, this being the remote play option, obviously through your phone, you can do the same thing. You can get a backbone controller. You can put that on your phone, do the same thing with remote play from your PlayStation. Obviously, you're using your phone, so notifications are still going to pop up, and you're draining your battery, which if you're like me, not really your thing. So having a specific device for this function, I personally enjoy quite a bit. Having the phone be able to be just a phone, not kill its battery, using it. And then I know for some people, the distractions of, I got pinged here, I got pinged there, having that pop up on the screen, interrupting your games, a little bit frustrating. So having just this be what it is great. Now, we're talking about battery a lot with all the, using the battery up. Battery on this, surprisingly really good. Runs for, I don't know, I'm not going to be that guy, but I'd say 6 hours, maybe a little bit longer. Surprising for obviously what it is doing. And yeah, it runs great. I haven't had any connection issues. I've had a little fumble here and there with a couple of frame skips, not anything awful where it drops for a long period of time or makes anything unplayable, but it's going to be one of those things too where once again it's varying. How's your internet? How many people are on your internet? What are you using for? All those kinds of things. If you're competing over resources, you may see a hiccup here and there. I've noticed it a few times when either we have, just too many devices trying to pull too much data at the same time. That's going to be a hiccup. But other than that, has run smoothly. I played a wide variety of games on here, from indies to AAAs, Jedi Survivor, Little Gator Game, Dicey Dungeons. I haven't played anything like online multiplayer stuff. I haven't tried Mortal Kombat 1 on there or an Apex Legends or stuff like that. That might get a little dicey. I don't know for sure. But from the experiences that I've played, fantastic. Having Jedi Survivor be right there and look amazing. Audio's great, whether you're doing headphones in the back or the audio just through the device. It's been very good, very solid experience. So really good. I was a little nervous how connective, how the connection was going to be. I have decent internet, but not the best internet. But so far, nails it. Totally nails it. I will say something a little downer, other than the network thing. My understanding, granted this just could be my stupid brain, was your PlayStation would be in rest mode, and then when you play it, the Portal, PlayStation would stay in rest mode. You can communicate to the PlayStation through the rest mode, and then you can play your games. That's true while the PlayStation needs to be in rest mode for your Portal to wake up your system, to be like, hey, we're going to use the Portal, you're going to play now. The PlayStation, however, fully powers on. So in terms of power, you have both consoles, lack of a better term, on the entire time while you're doing this. So once again, very akin to the Wii U. That could be a little bit of a downer in terms of just a power usage type thing. Now, it's not the end of the world, but that was just something of I misunderstood what this was doing. So yeah, just another way, another avenue for you guys to play your stuff You get all the features of the DualSense, the haptic feedback. The touchpad is on the screen, so you can still use that. There is a microphone apparently on this thing, similar to the regular DualSense, so you can activate that if you want to. You got the audio jack in the back. Uses a different plug to charge than your controllers, which I personally like. So it's going to use the USB-C, the smaller one, to charge on the front. So if you want to have a controller charging and that charging at the same time, you can, which I find nice, just because how my setup is. Usually I'm playing with the controller plugged in anyway. So to not have that interference, very handy, very helpful. So yeah, would I recommend this if we're going to just kind of jump to the last bit of this? Holy crap, I went through this fast. Yes and no. It's hard to say, yeah, you should definitely buy it, because it's very specific to who's going to be the person buying this, right? It's going to be someone, like I said, where it's a busy household. You can't designate, this is my television and this is my area to play my games. It's a wide variety of things, you know. Maybe your partner wants to watch a show. Maybe your kids, once again, got to distract them, or they want to do something after school. Having this shared experience, this is definitely helpful. I also feel, from a personal standpoint, helps you be closer to at least the people in your household while playing. I know that's some people want that, some people don't. I think that's nice. Because you can, for example, have something on the television. You guys are kind of watching, or just kind of noise, and just being closer in proximity to not have a wall, a different room, some kind of barrier between you and the rest of your household to still do what you want to do, but be in that vicinity, that social aspect. I think that's great. And I think that adds a lot to this. It's not going to be for everybody, but if that's something you're looking forward to, you don't want to use up your phone in the backbone like experience. I've heard good thing about the backbone, so if that's a more preferable route, do that. But if you don't want to use up your phone, kill your battery that way, could be a nice alternative for you. Decent chunk of change, obviously, and you need the PS5. You'd still need the PS5 for the backbone, so it's not like you can argue that case. But if that's something that appeals to you, maybe look into it. It's still new too, so maybe give it some time, see how maybe the second version, if they build on it, improve on it, whatever it is, see how they work on the kinks. I haven't personally noticed anything, but give it time, maybe get a better version down the road for yourself, and yeah, you got some time to think about it. But yeah, very quick chat, PlayStation Portal, my thoughts. Hopefully it was helpful.